Hi, I'm Emma Cooper. I wanted to say hi with my camera on before I switch it off, just in case we've never met before. So welcome. I'm going to be sharing with you some secrets, a success formula that I know to be absolutely true. So I will turn my camera off. I will allow you to get a notepad and pen, make sure that you're all ready to do some learning, because that is the most important bit, that you go away from today with some things that you can implement immediately to make a big difference in your business. So are you ready? As I said, I'm Emma Cooper, and I'm guessing you're here because you're probably a woman like me. You're a woman who wants more, who currently isn't quite comfortable with how things are going right now, and you want to change them. And you probably want more success in your business, and that will probably mean that you want to change something in your life too. And it's normally the way it works, right? We have something going on in life that we want to change, and we need our business to be the tool, the way that happens, that change can take place. Now, the problem being is that you've probably got the same set of thoughts and beliefs that I used to have as well, which, by the way, I found out some of those were not to be true. So I'll share some of those with you. But I thought that the more money I wanted, the harder I had to work. And I had to work crazy hours if I wanted huge success. And that kind of success was a seesaw, and there was a huge trade-off. So if you had the money, then you won't have much time, or if you had the time, then you definitely won't have much money. And the ability to have both, I just thought, did not exist. And you might be in that space as well. I bet you're like lots of people that I work with too, and that you've set goals based around a lifestyle that maybe gives you time with a family and a freedom that you really desire. But what you found is when you got to where you wanted to be, it's given you everything but time. And if that already hits home to you and you're nodding or you're thinking, oh my God, yes, that's totally me, then this is going to be a moment that we're going to have together today. It's going to be one of the most important training videos that you ever watch. And I know it's going to be a huge turning point, realization point for you. When you pop a pin in it, you mark it as the point. When I listened to that, everything changed. We're going to have that moment together today. I know it because I've absolutely been where you are at this moment. And I know exactly how you feel. And it's why I'm so passionate in sharing with you what I'm going to share with you today. Today, I'm revealing for the first time ever, actually, the system that absolutely gave me the edge when I got started in all of my businesses. The system that saw me earn my first million in just 2 years. The system and the method that saw me grow not one, not two, but 3 successful businesses and fulfill what I believe were my entrepreneurial dreams. Now, I didn't see myself as an entrepreneur in the beginning. I saw myself as running a side business, but I'm going to show you how you can follow my proven method and you can generate the wealth, the success that you want without the trade-off. Now, it's the system that has it all, every single piece of the puzzle, every part of the cake that makes up a secret recipe, if you like, that it takes to build a full, all-rounded business with really strong foundations. It's the formula, the exact system that I've used and shared with others to launch, build and grow businesses. And guess what? I'm going to share it with you today. I'm going to share how you can build a successful business from a device, but without having to be completely hooked to that device, giving you that anxiety at all times, so you can be with your family and you can still do the things that you love, but you can have that successful business, the income that you desire. This is the same system that I've developed by having grown my own product-based and service-based businesses. And the same system, but a lot more refined, definitely, leveraged and scalable than how I got to my first million in 2 years. So with that being said, it's possible to do it much faster. Now, enabled me to be able to buy my dream home in the countryside. It enabled me to take my side business to 6-figure months, which seemed absolutely impossible when I first got started. In the time that I've had, obviously, a lot of business achievements, it's been an honor to have shared the same stage as the likes of Grant Cardone, Alan Sugar, people who are top in my industries. But I've got to be honest, nothing makes me prouder or happier than I have been able to build a business that enables me to still be me. I've become a mum for the first and second time whilst being an entrepreneur. And really, the biggest thing that my businesses have given me is time. And when things happen in life, you suddenly become way more grateful for time. So yes, you can see on the screen all the business successes and more, but the biggest thing it's given me is the ability to understand that we don't have probably as much time as we think, and we need to really make the most of it. This is my sister, Nicola. Nicola passed away in January 2021 from a rare and aggressive cancer. And Nick used to say this, tick tock, way before she ever got ill. I share it with you because not because it's sad, but because she inspires me. I was living abroad when Nick was diagnosed, and I flew home within hours of her telling me of her diagnosis, and I didn't leave her side pretty much until the day she left us, despite, well, not despite, but aside from, obviously, it was in COVID times, and so we weren't able to physically be with her some of the times. But I tell you this because I can tell you about the quality time or the leverage, but nothing hits home to me more about really having time when it's the only time you have left, and when it's only time that matters. Nick said this quote on one of her social media platforms, and I loved it. Every day we're creating memories that will shape our story. Every day counts. Everyone has a story. What will your story look like? Have no regrets and live life to the full. It's a precious gift and one not to be taken for granted. And Nick is with me in every single thing that I do. And you'll be happy about that. She was very motivated, very enthusiastic, very entrepreneurial. Nick was just amazing. And so I have to share that with you because we always think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next year. I'll do it some tick tock. Now, because I've been in business for almost a decade, I've been fortunate enough to coach tens of thousands of entrepreneurs from all around the world. And I've seen some patterns and some trends occur, as you can probably imagine. And this is why my mission now is to help so many entrepreneurs get unstuck. My CEO online school for entrepreneurs is exactly designed for this reason, to get people unstuck, to develop a business that brings them all the amazing things that you think about when you think about running your own business, and get rid of all the frustrations, the wrong turns, the rabbit holes, and just provide one solution, one formula, which I'm going to share with you, but one space where you can get it all. I spent hundreds of thousands on finding different bits of information in different places, trying to find out how to sell, how to market, how to do email marketing, how to set up my brand, how to find my niche, how to nurture that niche. Where do I find them online? How do I launch it? How do I sell more? But over the years, what I've noticed is that most people actually are in this situation at one point in their entrepreneurial journey where they're just confused and they don't know where to turn and they don't know where to get the information from, because it is just that rabbit hole of wrong turns. But what I find is people mainly fit into two different types. The first type of woman is what I call the planner. You might have heard her called the dreamer. Somebody who is a woman who has done the work on herself. She sought out some materials, some books, some webinars, maybe podcasts, maybe my podcast, or attended some trainings, and she knows the importance of getting better. She knows the importance of seeking more knowledge. She knows that the business she wants to build is possible, and she knows she can build amazing wealth, but she never seems to quite make it happen. She works really, really hard, and yet she just manages to scrape by. She's just making enough. And she relies on just one stream of income. And because of that, she's scared. She feels the fear. She fears that this is her only shot of growing that income. And because of that, the more she's doing, the harder she's working, the more frustrated she's getting, because she worries it's not going to happen for her. And she knows it's possible to have success. She knows it's possible to have huge success, massive growth. She hopes, she wonders when it'll finally click for her, and she'll find the missing pieces to the puzzle that she needs to make it happen, so that she can do her business full-time and with an amazing income. But the main problem with the planner, the main problem is that she never takes action in the right way. She says she's working hard and she'll get there eventually, or when the time is right. She says she's not getting the results because really the planner is just dreaming. She's just planning for success, but she's scared of taking the right steps because she lacks the confidence, the knowledge to do so. And when it comes to action and commitment, she stalls. She's always saying that in that planning phase rather than the doing phase. And honestly, she's just totally stuck. She's tired, she's even exhausted, and she's just frustrated. She sees other people succeeding and they seem to have it all. And even on a great day where she gets up and she's like, right, today's the day. I've cleaned my desk, I've tidied it away, I've got myself dressed, my face is on, I'm ready to go to work. She's confused. Within 10 minutes, she sat there and she's thinking, I just don't know what I need to do first. I don't know what I need to do to build this business, to get more sales, to get out there and feel confident, to shout about my products, my business, what I can offer. And she needs to know that she's doing the right thing in the right order. And what she's doing today is going to help her business tomorrow. Then there's the pro, otherwise known as the doer. So the pro is calm and she's clear enough to listen to her intuition that tells her when something is right, when something is in line with where she wants to go. She builds a strong business and a strong income, and she has a millionaire mindset, a CEO mindset of abundance. She knows what she wants and she can focus on it and do the activity needed until she gets it. And the pro happily pays for professional mentoring because she knows that this is going to accelerate her results massively. And she's in control. She's got peace of mind. She feels really proud of what she's achieving. She's the kind of woman who will look back and know that she took the right action at the right time with the right people. And she doesn't rely on anyone else for her success because she knows she's got this. She's absolutely certain. From getting her results, her confidence is always growing. It's taking her to the next level and then the next level. Then she gets more results and she goes to the next level. And she knows, because of the fact that she's always showing up, that when she sets a goal, she goes after it because she knows she can achieve it. She builds a loyal base of supporters and customers, and she attracts paying customers and clients in abundance. And I don't know exactly where you are right now, but I do know that most people are more planner than pro, more dreamer than doer. Most people are. But I do know that if you're still here, then you've got a shot of being in the 2%. Because most people don't even finish trainings like this. They wouldn't even have got this far. So well done you. What's the real difference? The one main difference between these two types of women is simple. It's about making the right choices and, in my opinion, taking inspired action. When you feel called, when you feel this rush of this is it, and then it's the taking action, because success is a series of sensible choices that will get you to where you want to go. Success by your own definition, whatever that looks like for you. And right now you get the chance to make a really sensible decision. Let's make the decision right now together. Do you want to be a planner in the 98% or do you want to be a pro in the 2%? Do you want this to be just another video in one of those rabbit hole expeditions, or do you want this to be the start of a new direction that you're going to take today, that we're going to take together? I know how it feels to just play small. I've played small for so long. I did it, going around in the same circle until I just decided enough is enough. And it didn't bring me anything other than frustration going around in that circle. But when I broke free, the feeling of breaking free and playing big and finding what you need is the best feeling. If you want to create an amazing business, an amazing life, the freedom that you really desire, then I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can. And you're not too far away from it. You just need help from the right people. You just need help from someone who's achieved what you want. And it's really that simple. People who have mentors achieve their goals way, way faster. Fact. If you want to create the business and the life that you really want in order to live the life that you actually love and not just a life that you're settling for, then stay on until the end, because I'm going to tell you how to make it happen for yourself. I bet you're thinking now, if you're someone who's just come across me like, who the hell is this woman and why the hell should I be listening to her? I'm Emma, as I said at the beginning, and I'm a mum, I'm a wife, I'm an auntie, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, all the usual stuff that us girls kind of spin plates doing. I'm a girl from Wales who's pretty ordinary. I was a police officer, absolutely fed up of the hamster wheel of life and the uncertainty, really, the danger of, am I going home today? You just never know what happens. And I had the moment where I knew enough was enough. I was ready to play big. I know people say I've achieved some pretty extraordinary things, but I really feel that everyone, no matter where they come from, what their background is, what their experience is, what they want, has got it in them to build a successful business. I 100% believe that. And I know it's true because it's never been easier to build a business. It's never been easier to make lots of money. And it's never been easier to find help to do that by someone who's already done it so you can get there faster. And in this online age, there's no excuse to not have it because all the information is at your fingertips. But I also think that it's the biggest challenge sometimes. Be in this online space if you're trying to find your own way without help, because there's so much information out there. You don't know what to look at first, who to look at, what to do, what not to do. It's just a minefield. And I always say that you don't know until you know. You don't know until you know. And it's true. You have to first find the information you need to know in order to build the business and the life that you want. And that's why this has become my vision, because I've been in the minefield. I've dodged the mines. I have run through massive, massive challenges, and I've been up and down those rabbit holes more time than I care to mention. And I've paid a lot of money to get the information, the quality of the information, the strategies that work 100% of the time. So today, my mission is to help you become one of my success stories. Now, I work with 3 different types of people, and you might identify yourself as one of these 3. The first type of person that I work with is the people that have your idea. You now need to build an audience, though. So you've got your idea, you've got your passion, you're ready to turn it into an income, take your side hustle to a full-time income, but you now need to build an audience of engaged target clients and customers, and you don't really know how to do that. You need to learn how to present yourself and your brand through social media, and you need to know how to market. You want to learn about how to sell. You want to learn to launch successfully. That's type 1. Type 2 person is that you're already running your business. You've had some success, you get some orders. Maybe it's like family, friends, people, who always support you, but you're not reaching the levels you want. You know you can do more. You want to turn your side business into that full-time income, but you are ready to go. You're keen to learn and you really, really want to get going, but you only want to do things in the right order of doing them, and you're ready to invest to get that system to put in place to take step by step with someone who's already done it. Type 3, the third type, is that you've already have your business set up, you've got an engaged audience that buy from you, you're already making a great income, but maybe you have no structure, you're just winging it. You want to take it to the next level. You may want to relaunch, or you may want to bring some new dynamics into your business, or you may want to just get some leverage. That's the third type of person that I help. Let me introduce you to Hannah. Hannah was one of those types of people. She was a professional athlete. She'd been in the Commonwealth Games and the Olympics, and she also worked in hospitality, because within table tennis, there's not much funding for athletes to be full-time. She wanted to take her side business of becoming an online personal trainer into a full-time income. And she was scared. She was scared she couldn't fit it in alongside what she was already doing. She was scared she didn't have the audience for it. She was scared because she'd never really put herself out there on social media. She was scared because she didn't really know her niche. She was scared because she didn't want to be that pushy salesperson. So what we did is we got her a full business strategy. She started to build her dream online business by working out her niche, by nailing down her marketing messages, by working out what her social media content was, by building her email marketing strategy, by launching and creating an amazing income. But more than that, a lifestyle that she can pick up her business and take it anywhere. You can find Hannah's testimonial on my website, actually, emmacooperonline.com. She's built a scalable and flexible online business. Now, I work with a lot of people who want the same things as you, I would imagine. They want to be able to learn how to market, because this is people's biggest problem. They want to find out, who am I actually targeting? Who is my niche? I don't know what my niche is. Who am I speaking to when I'm showing up on social media? How do I speak to them? How does my brand look? Does my brand look okay? How can I sell? How can I build my sales? All of these things, and you can read the testimonials on the screen, but all of these things really, really matter in business, but most people skip them. I could go on with testimonials of people that I work with. I've worked with tens of thousands of women over the years, but I won't, because I really want to get into this side hustle to CEO formula, the formula that got me to where I am, that got me to feeling really in line, in tune with what I do, that I love what I'm doing and I love when I'm doing it. And it feels like I'm gliding now, not like walking through mud when you're going through that tough time in business where you feel like everything you're doing is just not getting you to where you need to be fast enough. So just to give you an idea of where I was before I put this formula together, I've had a lot of success in my sales, in my networking business, but nowhere near what I was capable of. I go from feeling absolutely unstoppable, like everything I touch would turn to gold, to literally doubting why I'd ever started or why I was doing what I was doing. I'd see others seemingly having such a great time with it, but I would just do the things that I did on autopilot. But they seem to be really loving their businesses and their lives. And I think, why the hell can't I get into that space too? Why does everything seem like such a struggle? And I was fed up of waking up and not feeling energetic, motivated, called to do what I was about to do. And I heard once, I think it was on The Secret, that if you can look in the mirror every morning and ask yourself, if today was the last, would you still want to do what you're about to do? And if the answer is no, too many days in a row, then something needs to change. And that was me. I needed to change. I went on the hunt to learn more and expand my mind, and I started to get to know me more and to follow my intuition, follow my gut of what I felt I was being called to do. And while doing that, I put together my 7-step process that I followed to build the businesses that I absolutely love, the life that I never thought was possible, the income that I never thought was possible, and being a very black or white, logical, methodical type of person. I need to follow a system so I can stay on track. And if I need to follow a system, I knew other people would want to follow my system too. If you're confused, you don't take any steps forward. You just go round and round in circles. And this 7-step process has become the backbone of my signature program. The CEO Online School for Entrepreneurs is designed exactly with this type of person in mind, taking you from A to B, step by step, methodically. Let's do this. Now let's move on to this step. Now let's do this. Now let's move on to the next step. Step by step by step, building that amazing foundation and growing your business online. I'm going to give you the step by step, and then I'm going to go into a little deeper in each of those steps. So, the CEO Online School for Entrepreneurs mentorship program is broken down into 7 clear steps. Now, the first is mindset and mapping. Now, you might think, oh, this is a bit fluffy. It's not fluffy. It's not fluffy. I have done exactly the same activities in my business in 2 different mindsets and had completely polar opposite results. And I believe that this is the step that most people miss because it's the easiest step to miss, but it has huge effects in either direction. Now, I really believe, because I know, that mind comes before money. Without the right mindset, then you can't have the money. You can get all the money, but without the right mindset, you're not going to keep it. You're not going to invest it wisely to make more. I know this because I've worked from the wrong mindset, the wrong set of beliefs, the wrong values, and it's hard. It's like running every morning into a brick wall. Every single morning, everything is hard. Life feels hard. So this is the first step. Think of this as the foundation phase, because if something is built on weak foundations, then what happens? The first sign of a gust of wind, a storm, the first impact, it's going to crumble. And you'll need to take time to build it back up. And it's just wasting your time not getting to where you want to be. This is the stage that you build your business upon. This is about looking at you, looking at who you need to become in order to have the success that you want. What your current mindset and set of beliefs are a result of where you are right now. It's digging deep, and it's going to be looking at the values you want to live in alignment with and starting with this foundation, this is going to set you up amazingly well to go on to the next step, because we'll start to map out goals. We'll do the work that we need to do, looking inward to see what we need to do outwardly. Who do we want to be, and how do we want to feel, and what do we have to do in order to achieve that? And who do we have to become in order to achieve it? It's the most important question. We'll cover goals, we'll set the goals for the next 6 to 12 months, and we'll create a longer term vision. And that'll lead us nicely into step 2, niche and nurture. Who do you want to help? Really? Who do you want to help? Do you have a really clear and focused niche of people you help? Do you know exactly who you're able to help? If you do, then you know how to talk to them. You need to know who you help and how you help them to put out a clear message to find your ideal customers and clients. You know, if you know your niche, you know exactly what they're struggling with, and therefore you know exactly how you can help them. And if you're trying to serve everyone, you're actually serving no one. You're trying to talk to everyone, you're talking to no one. So if you're posting out there and you're expecting people to engage with you and it's not happening, this is probably why. So we start here. It's so much easier to just speak to one person than to many. Don't try and attract everyone, because you'll end up attracting no one. Might be where you've already gone wrong in your business. It's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make. And we see this word niche, or niche, if you're American, thrown around everywhere. So we get this done right at the beginning. We learn how to niche down, we find our niche, and then we nurture them. We nurture that niche. We talk about where we're going to find them. Get you start thinking about where your target audience is hanging out online, and where you need to be hanging out, and what kind of value and content you need to be creating to get their attention. Step 3, going on from getting that attention, most people don't put enough thought and feeling into their brand, but it's so important. You know, sometimes I speak to people and they're like, I really want your help. I've been building my business, but I'm stuck. I can't get past this amount of sales. And I go on and look and I'm like, I don't see a brand. I don't see a brand, or that branding's too weak, or it's not strong enough. Your brand is you. I don't care what business, what industry you're in. You have to start by building you as a brand. I tell you, we're in an online world and it is a busy. We're less likely to fall for the marketing that once worked. And I see people still trying to do marketing that worked 10 years ago. It does not work now. We need to really stand out to people to get them to even start engaging with us. And that starts with branding. So who are you? What is your brand? Are you really ready to have your stuff out there? We dive right into branding to figure this out. You want a powerful brand, one that stands out. You need to know what your brand looks like and feels like, and you need to have a message and a mission attached to that. And it needs to look incredible. You've got microseconds to catch the eye of your ideal client, to stop the scroll. And your brand needs to evoke feelings, evoke emotions in your ideal client. It needs to make them raise their hands and say, hey, I want to know more about this product or this person or this brand, or hey, oh, she's just like me. I want to know more. And once your branding is on point, then you're ready to go on to the next point. Social media. This is where people, and I hate to say it, but go horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. And obviously, being an expert in product-based businesses, I know when I see something and I'm like, oh no, this is why it's not working, because the social media message is not right. I feel that some people can have like the best products and they're offering the best services, but they don't portray that, or they don't keep the message clear enough. They confuse people, and confused people don't buy, and they don't show up in the way that they should or as consistently as they should. Social media is the best place to grow an audience fast and to build your customer base fast. You can hang out around your ideal clients, build up real momentum, but you have to be showing up in the right way. So from nurturing an audience on your profiles, to bringing them through as hot, warm, even just tepid prospects initially to look at your product and your services. If your social media is attractive, then more people will watch you, the more eyes that are on you. And the more eyes that are on your product or your business, the more sales you will do. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do social media. And if I was to start to get into it like here and now, I would be sat online with you for 2 weeks, and we don't have that time. But this is step 4 in the process, really figuring that out. Step 5, marketing. So you might think, oh, social media is marketing. No. You've got to learn social media, and then you've got to learn how to market. Marketing is where most people struggle, if they're honest. It's the toughest part of any business. You can have the best product, the most amazing service, but if you can't reach the people that it's going to help, then no one's going to buy it. If you're stuck right now not making enough sales, I will guarantee that it's down to the last 4 things that I've said. We've already found the solution for you. It's really learning these things, because I think the most wanted thing in the world right now, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, it definitely is the cure for cancer. Yet somebody could have the cure for cancer, and if they didn't market it right to the right people, then it would never get to the heights that it could get to, because they're just not marketing it to the right people. And it's the same with anything. You can have the best product, but if you're not telling people about it consistently, no matter how big or small you want the business to be, you have to have a marketing strategy. And I bet that if your business, as I said, isn't working, there's no marketing strategy. And that's a big piece of the puzzle that you're missing. And if you master marketing, you've got so much control in your business. Every form of marketing works. Like, go back to when I say, like, oh, if you're still doing what we're doing 10 years ago, I'm talking about online, that every form of marketing works. Leafleting, catalogs, lives, videos, emails, letterbox, like the list can go on and on. It all works, but it's how you do it and how often you do it. The only way to get true freedom in your business is getting a marketing strategy, using it, tweaking it, reviewing it, learning from your statistics, refining it, and going again. And let's say you know that you sell a really expensive like beauty machine. Let's say your marketing is generating leads that book in a call with you to sell this beauty machine that's like, I don't know, £100,000. Each week you have to get 40 leads that convert to 20 calls, and you get 10 people buying a machine. So 40, 20, 10. Then that is a business that will give you freedom, because you know what you have to do to earn X amount of money. You can plan around that. If you don't know that, then you could be living from one month to the next with no guarantee of any income. And we cover marketing extensively in the CEO Online School for Entrepreneurs, because I know that it's the key to taking your business to as big as you can dream it. So we're covering marketing through your social media, through email, through other channels, and you're going to learn all about Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, podcasts, YouTube. We cover it all. I mean, everything. It's extensive. And then we go on to the next step, because now you've learned how to get the leads coming in, how to build the right audience of engaged people, of ideal clients. Next, it's the most important part, because you can be marketing like crazy, but if they're not converting to sales, we've got an issue. People feel weird about sales though, right? Even seeing this word, I bet, kind of like, ooh, I don't like sales, or I'm not a salesperson. People are so apologetic about sales. I'm not going to tell you that you don't have to be good at sales. You do. Anybody you're listening to that says you don't need to be good at sales, liar. That is nonsense. You have to learn sales, but you'll learn all you need to do in this step 6. You can sell in a natural way. You can sell being you. You do not have to become somebody else. You do not have to be that pushy person. You do not have to be someone who bothers people. You can do it in a really authentic way. I call it authentic sales. It's a skill. If you're like, yeah, I'm just not really a salesperson, that's okay. This is something that you can learn. We need to make sales simple. We're all buyers, so we all buy. That means we all actually do know how to sell, but we just need to look into it. I need to pull that out of you. And that's exactly what we do. Teaching sales is actually the thing that I am most passionate about, because for me, all the other stuff needs to be in place. Those are all pieces of the puzzle. But what I love is the sales. There is nothing better than hearing, if you have an online shop and you hear ka-ching as the little notification on your mobile phone. I live for that. I live for helping other people get that. Oh my God, another sale. Oh my God, another sale. Oh my God, this is crazy. That's what I live for. Step 7, the launch. Most people get this wrong. Notice my steps are the things that most people get wrong. It's because you haven't considered these steps that you're getting it wrong. I've spoken to so many people who are stuck in their businesses. And when I ask, well, take me back, how did the launch go? They have no idea what I'm talking about. They have no idea, or they don't come at me with stats. They just say, yeah, it was okay. Or yeah, it went well in the beginning. Anyone who doesn't or hasn't planned out a launch meticulously, then you're missing a trick. There's a process, a strategy, different options depending on what sits with you and what's authentic for you. But I have a step-by-step process for launching that is easy to follow, from the marketing of the launch right through to the email series, the types of launches to fit right, to lots of different options for you. But depending what your business is, what your product is, then we narrow it right into the launch that is going to push out the very best results. There is a skill to launch, and even if it's launching a campaign, a sales campaign, or whether it's actually launching a new product, or whether it's launching a business, it's relative to everyone. Even if you've already launched, you can launch again. Yeah, it's not too late. By now, you'll see what works in your business and what doesn't. So I'm going to give you 2 things that you should do now. Actually, 2 things that you should do and 2 things that you shouldn't do right now in business. You ready? Beware. I'm going to give you 2 things. You get your pens ready that you should do now, and actually 2 things that you shouldn't do. But let's start with the 2 things you should. First one, never assume. In the police, they used to say, never assume it makes an ass out of you and me. I learned this in the police. Never assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. Don't just assume because you've got a great product or service that you'll have a successful business. This is not the case. You probably know this if your business isn't growing, or you've got a product or a service that you are so passionate about, but you're just not getting the results that you want. Starting a business isn't enough. It's all 7 steps of growing and building that business that I've just mentioned that make the difference. So from listening to my proven steps, I'm sure you're sat there thinking, yep, I don't do that. Yep, yeah, no, I've never learned that. Yeah, that's me. That's exactly how I feel. Yep, I've not done that. But I wouldn't know where to start with any of it. And yes, I need to be better at that, and so on and so forth. I bet you are thinking all those things. So don't assume that just because you have a product or a service that's amazing, that you're going to be able to build a successful business without doing those 7 steps. Second, don't shy away. Don't doubt. Your business idea, your passion, your ability as a creative entrepreneur is enough. Don't shy away from moving in the direction that you want. Remember my sister's saying, tick, tock. If you ever felt that you doubt and you have that imposter syndrome maybe, or you get the urge to just shy away, to back up from your dreams, and probably just at the point where it's like, I'm just about to make it happen. I'm just about to do the things that I need to do to get it going. And you back up, you shy away. Don't. You haven't come this far to only come this far. It's one of my favorite quotes. But going slowly in the right direction is better than going fast in the wrong direction. Going slowly in the right direction is better than going fast in the wrong direction. Getting your hands on the right information, whether you run with it or not at that point, or crawl with it, knowing that you've got the right information, the step-by-steps, is what's most important. And now let's talk about the to-dos. Start with strategy. You've probably got to where you are now with very little or no strategy. Maybe you used to have a strategy that worked to a certain point, and now you need to look at a strategy because you want to grow. First comes learning the strategy. Second comes the action. That implementing that strategy and then learning the leadership skills in order to be able to lead others, to be able to work that strategy for you, which then gives you that scalability in your business. See, if you're learning how to do it first, you can then teach somebody else who to do that for you, which gives you time back. So you can be working on your business rather than just in your business. And the most important thing to me, remember, is time. So everything I teach in the CEO Online School for Entrepreneurs is things that you can learn, and then you can scale with those and leverage them. Next, do. Find the right help. Be brave. Get help. The problem with high achievers, or people who have a bigger desire than most, is that they like to control everything. Oh, that was me for so long. They want to figure everything out themselves, and you feel like you need to prove it to yourself how great you are and that you've just done it all on your own. But here's the thing, you don't know until you know. If you sat there and listened to those steps and be like, oh my God, I don't know anything, don't worry. You know this, you know everything I've just told you, and you don't know until you know. I didn't know all the marketing strategies I do now, all the things that I can do now to scale my businesses that save me time. I didn't know how to launch products. I didn't know how to do all of those things until I knew, until I learned. And that's what I do. I teach. So what's the fastest way to learn? Get around the people who know, around the people you can learn from, around the people who've already done what it is that you want to do. I've been in both places, going it alone, and I've also invested in coaches. And I can tell you, it took me years to learn what I needed to learn going it alone, and months to learn it when I invested in a coach. And I don't know about you, but I wanted to go direct with a sat nav. A coach is like having a sat nav. You put in the address, you go straight there, no wrong turns, just straight from A to B, in the direction that you need to go in. The speed you go is totally up to you. That is having a coach. I've got coaches in different areas of my life, honestly, different areas of my life. And it's had the most profound effect on me as a person, my businesses, and in my life. And that's actually what really made me want to become a coach, was the profound effect that coaching had on my life. Now, I could keep going on about all of these things, the do's, the don'ts, the marketing strategies, but just to give you the idea, remember, of where I was before I started to really push forward, take the steps forward, find the strategy, was in a really tough place, as well, with losing my sister. If you've experienced grief, you'll know, like, it's hard, but it can become easier. You can get to those big dreams that you have. I never in a million years thought I'd be sat speaking on a webinar about how I made my first million, how I had 6-figure flaming months, how I paid for, cash for a holiday home. I remember buying my holiday home. Now, it was £130,000, which might not be a lot for you, but I would never, ever have seen that kind of money in my life. And to think that I'd already had my home with a 50% deposit, I was bringing in an incredible monthly income. I'm able to lead a sales team of over 60,000 around the world, building a multiple 6-figure product brand, coaching thousands of people. I never thought I could have got to where I got to, but it was using that formula, using those steps. You can probably see how using those steps will get you to where you want to be, because you've probably never considered those steps before. The big difference of the planner and the pro, or the dreamer and the doer, is that the planner constantly looks for the next shiny object to build. Whereas the doer, the pro, gets help from a mentor with a proven system and a track record and takes action to make her dreams come true. That's the difference. The planner delays and she dabbles about from one thing to the next, making no progress. She goes down those rabbit holes. She ignores her intuition, her gut, when she says, this is it, this feels right. Of course, before she knows it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and she's stuck, feeling overwhelmed, regret that she didn't take the action when she needed to, and she's no further forward, and worryingly could have actually gone backwards and be in even worse financial difficulty because she just never takes the right steps. Whereas the pro, she takes action. She gets her just rewards because she takes the steps forward in the right direction. She listens to her gut. She listens to her intuition, her mind that is telling her to just go for it. She creates the life she loves, the income she loves. And because she acts powerfully, she won't stop until she gets to where she knows that she can be. Now, I don't think you find yourself watching this for any other reason than right now, at this moment, this is what you need to hear for some reason. Something I've said, something you've heard, you're meant to be hearing right now in this moment. And there's a reason you're watching it. It's no accident. I don't know what that reason is. Maybe it's that you have dreams of being a super successful entrepreneur. Maybe you've got dreams of taking that side business to full-time income. Maybe you haven't got it started yet, but you want to. making a difference to other people's lives. Maybe it's about making an impact to build a flourishing business that allows you to really love what you do and live your life in alignment with what's really important to you. Perhaps it's leaving a legacy or impacting on a much bigger level so that you leave a mark in the world, like my sister did. You know that you have the burning desire to do something. You know that you've got something inside of you that tells you want more, you need more, you have to make it happen. It's that part of you that watches that person you look up to and inspires you, that you just catch a spark from and you think, I've got to be around them. It's the part of you that wakes up in the night with ideas and dreams and aspirations of what life and business could really look like. And it's just a push forward sometimes and some undeniable belief that you need. You want to earn more money and you want to do what lights you up, what fires you up, what makes you excited, what keeps you motivated to jump out of bed every morning full of energy and living in alignment with what you actually bloody love rather than what you've just always done. I get it. We've all been there. Whatever your reason, I'm here to tell you that it's absolutely possible. And I'm dedicating my life to helping you realize it. Everything that you hold in your head and in your heart and deep in your soul that you want, you can make it happen. You can make that your reality if you know exactly how to do it, which is why I've shared this side hustle to CEO formula with you. I've followed this exact process, and it's why I'm at the point where I really love my life. And it's why I know that you can implement and get the results too. I've shared with you just a couple of testimonials from people that have been or are clients and have seen results fast. You can look on my social media all the time at the results the people I'm working with are getting. And I also know that trying to learn a strategy online while growing as a business owner is tough. It's hard without being guided or led, and it can switch so that you're coming from an emotional standpoint rather than strategic, and that's not a good place to come from. When you're so frustrated that it really affects your emotions, nothing great happens in that space, which is why I know that you really have two ways. You've got two choices right now. The first is the slow way. Basically, take the formula, go and try and learn each part of the system, the puzzle, and put it all together yourself, then work out a way to implement it into your business. Go and try and do what you need to do without a solid plan. The planner is renowned for doing this. This is what she always does, and it's the main reason that she never really takes any action and gets results, because she's just too busy trying to piece everything together, that huge jigsaw puzzle, and it never works for her because it's always a mess with lots of missing pieces. Or there's a fast way, and that way is you being in the driver's seat. You have the confidence and the knowledge knowing that every single action that you're taking is taking you closer to your goal, that you're not doing things just for doing sake because that's what you think you have to do to run a business. These are things that are going to take you towards your goal. They're going to pay off. And that's setting everything up for a predictable outcome, which is success. It's the way to fast track your results, to skip the overwhelm, the confusion, the frustration, and go straight to the results fast. No trial and error needed. No research needed. It's a proven formula. The pro does this. She does this because she knows. She does this because she values her time, and she knows that with a little bit of guidance, it can make a huge, huge difference and save her massively in the long run. So if you're seriously interested in creating your success, a business, a clarity, and a freedom business that lights you up and gives you the life and the dreams that have been burning inside of you, then I invite you to your very own personalized strategy call with me. This is your opportunity to get crystal clear on how to build your business and the life that you want. Before I talk more about the call, let me just be completely upfront with you. You've already heard I'm really black and white and kind of no fluff. And at this stage, I need to tell you that this call is not for everybody. Look, this is not for you if you value excuses over results, if you're not willing to take the action, if you don't want the results right away, if you're not 1,000% committed to the next step of your journey in the right direction, then just don't book the call. Now, here's how it's going to work. Once you fill in the form, which is just below, then you'll be contacted by either me or a member of my team, depending on availability. But during that call, we'll talk through the blocks that are holding you back. We'll identify the areas that need more focus and talk about the ways that you can do that. We'll talk about what you're currently doing versus what you need to do to be moving forward. And we'll also talk about your current mindset and where you'll need to develop to support the results that you really desire. And I have to warn you, this is strictly for serious people. I only work with people who are really serious about making it happen and getting results. You may have just started out in your business, or you're just getting a business idea started, and that's absolutely fine. But I only work with those people who need help developing a custom-made blueprint from someone who's already done it. You have to be prepared to do more than just say, I'm ready. Yeah, I want a business. Yeah, I'm ready to go. More than just talk about what you'd like. You've got to be prepared to put your money where your mouth is and invest in getting started in my mentorship program right away. If that sounds like you, then this is what you do next. Firstly, you start by completing the application form, which is in the link below the video. And the reason I do this is because I want to make sure 1,000,000% that we're a good fit and that I can really help you. You heard me say, I do what I love and I work with people who I love to see succeed. So I want to make sure that I'm the right person to help you and we're the right people to be working together, that I can get the results. I can share with you this formula in depth that if you implement, you can get amazing results that you're looking for. And it also helps me to make sure that you're ready to take action and to commit in the way that is needed to get big results. Now, once I've received your application, you'll schedule a time with us for your personal strategy session. And this is where we'll have a good conversation. We'll determine the results you want. We'll get really clear on how to make it happen as soon as possible. And at the end of the call, one of two things will happen. If we're a good fit, then I'll extend an invitation for you to work with me as one of my clients. If it's not a good fit, and that's totally fine too, then we'll have that discussion. Now, it may be that I can obviously share with you somebody else who maybe is a good fit with you or point you in the right direction, because of course, I want everyone to succeed. But I've spent years of my time, a lot of money to discover everything that I've learned throughout my entrepreneur journey so far. And I'm bringing all of it to the table if we do this together. So I want to know that you're the right person and that I'm the right person for you. I am a premium coach because I have a premium skill set and a premium level of experience. So only apply for the call if you're ready for premium results and you're ready to invest in yourselves to get it. And a big truth I learned, those that pay attention. Money is the currency of commitment. So if you're ready to commit to your goals on another level of commitment, then fill out the form and let's chat. I also know that there will be some people that I can't help. And I'll be upfront about that. I'll refer you, like I've said, to someone who I would recommend, the best person to help you right now. Either way, you'll leave the call with clarity, direction, and you'll have got incredible value for your time on the call at the very, very least. So complete the application form now, and we can see if it's a good fit for us to work together. Oh, I should say, and one last thing. I only have a handful of spots available at the moment. I really want to make it a close-knit community for the first school of entrepreneurs. And at the moment, I can only work with that limited number of people at any given time, which is why I only work with those I'm certain I can help to succeed, which is why if you're interested, you may want to take action today. This opportunity won't be available for long. So if you feel like this is right for you, then click the link below, submit your application right away. And I look forward to chatting with you this week and helping you on your path to creating your success and the wealth and the life that is absolutely everything that you dream of.